A mutual friend of ours with whom I had worked on Cabaret, and Rod had known him before, Martin Baum, who is now at CAA, one of the top 5 men at CAA. He had just started up his own production company. He had been with ABC Pictures. Started up his own,
the head of ABC Pictures.
The head of ABC Pictures. Started up his own production company and had purchased Peter Driscoll's novel, The Wilby Conspiracy. And I believe I'm right, Rod, that a draft had been written. Several, and UA did not consider them satisfactory. So Martin Baum came to us and said, fellas, why don't you try it? And he gave us offices there on the Sunset Strip, and we started to sit down, and we wrote the script, guided by the novel. I think what we added to it, not particularly attitudes, but we gave it a sense of humor. We discarded some of the characters and gave the others cinematic dimension. Would you say that's about it?
But there was one thing more. It was my experience that when I saw you know a situation where the villain is obviously wrong and the hero is obviously right, and there's no common, you know, there's no real argument to be made for the other side, that the picture becomes weak. It's like preaching to the converted. It's pretty corny. And so we strengthened the pro-apartheid argument enormously, so that Nicol Williamson, a professional prick, came off as a person who was dedicated not just for the salary he's getting, but he believed in the philosophical aspect of apartheid. And indeed he says, and we put it in his mouth, indeed he says, this is the only, if South Africa is such a lousy place, how come all the blacks want to come in? How come we have to hold them back? And they all want to come in here, and look at the way they're running their own countries. And by strengthening that argument, that part philosophically, I think the anti-apartheid side is strengthened as well, because they're not
fighting straw men.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, writing Nicol Williamson's part, and he played the part of the South African security officer. I think this was the most challenging and the most entertaining part of the thing, of the assignment, was to create him. And he took to it like a duck to water.
I mean, his natural character.
That was he.